So where do we start? We need some wood, I suppose.
Yeah, some wood or yeah, and some idea of what we're after. This is a spoon that I've made about 10 years ago, and it's been my wife has been using it up in the kitchen. It's I don't know if it's near the end of its life, but it's pretty well worn. But that spoon came out of a straight grain blank. And so that's sort of the target, is something along these lines is what we'll look at today. So pieces of wood, you have some maple, you said?
Yeah, I have about the rattiest piece of maple I've ever had in my life. I was driving down the road and this branch was sitting on the side of it. And so I think there might be a spoon in there. I also have, this is Bradford pear. And
oh yeah,
it does okay. So if that's a backup blank in case the first one doesn't split out good enough.
how green is the Bradford pear?
Pretty green. Not
Okay, good.
It's been around for a couple months or so. So it's probably at 20% or something like that.
Yeah, but a couple months now. It isn't as high summer. But maybe we should talk a minute about wood for the folks at home. The way that I learned these spoon carving projects is through a couple of Swedish guys, Jogis Sundqvist and his dad, Billy. And I met them both through Drew Langsner, whom you know, Elia. And this, the way I learned it is green woodworking. Really, here is a chunk of crabapple that still thinks it's a tree. I cut this 2 days ago. And that's the way I like to work them, is as fresh as I can get them. And appropriate woods, I mean, scattered all over the country. There's different timbers. The Swedes I met, their favorite wood is birch, mostly because in the north of Sweden, it's the only hardwood that exists. And I use here in southeastern Massachusetts, I frequently use black cherry because it's a real common tree here that's very well suited for this. I do use
we have
birch.
A lot of that too.
Oh, black cherry, yeah, that's real good. It often grows a good spoon. Apple is really good, but it's a lot of work, and it has its own problems. It's hard for one thing. So is your Bradford pear, and my favorite.
That's funny. I've considered the Bradford pear soft.
Oh, compared to what?
Red maple or definitely sugar maple.
Oh yeah, sugar maple. Yeah, I don't I don't use maple. I have done, but it too is very, very hard. This is a piece of my favorite. That's rhododendron, and I'd make spoons out of that every day if I could. It's right in between hard and soft, and often grows to a perfect shape. Grows slowly, so it's very close grain. But anyway, you can use what you got. Nice thing about carving spoons is you can try lots and lots of different woods. Usually hardwoods. I can't imagine them out of softwoods, but it's a big world out there. There's probably a lot of things happen that I can't imagine. So where's the pith? Elia, let's see what that looks like. Oh, it's well centered.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's off center a little bit.
Yeah.
So I assume, back to the woods for a second, I assume you'd only want woods that were diffuse porous, so did not have like oak bands of porous wood in them.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I used to think we didn't use oak, ash, and hickory, all your chair making woods. I used to think we didn't use those because of the porosity. And I talked to Drew about it one day, and he said, no, they just split too easily. So they can crack real easy in the working, you know. So I don't know, but yeah, diffuse porous. That's a good point. So all the fruit woods, maples, cherries, there's a wide range of wood to try.